we have to present the bullet.
Objection! You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this.
What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually.
This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic.
Ha, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe? I guess the police didn't check that far. But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day?
Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. Why did I say it like that? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day.
Who knows?
If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder.
Not bad, Hair Forehead.
Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. Okay, 30 minutes later, a report arrives.
That was fast. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical.
That was pretty fast. Like, what are they doing?
Like, that's... Crime lab's usually backed up.
Yeah, usually. But they still won't hire Emma for some reason. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. How dare. This is mind-blowing. Order.
This is...
Order! Order!
Who could have seen this coming?
No, nobody could have seen this coming. Clearly not anybody here. Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kataki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What?
That reminds me. Apparently, the Katakis have been asserting themselves in the lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will.
Nefarious? So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on this fortune?
Yeah, Judge, people do that.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue you, lawyer man.
Huh? Me?
Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita.
That's not the verb I used. I guarantee you. I think you mean accuse.
Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. None of this makes sense.
He's not a smart man.
It was me. I shot that doctor. Me.
Yeah, you and what gun that you didn't have on you, clearly.
Yeah. He left me to die, so I left him to die too, there in that park.
Okay, we're not arguing whether he deserved to die, so... Waki, just cool down a second.
You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll...
Or you'll what? Miss Tiala?
I'm sorry. It's been so long since I laughed so hard.
Something funny?
Waki. Wake up and smell reality!
Alita, baby?
The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on! It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled, shitty little brat like you.
Alita? Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fräulein. Ah, brutal.
Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean anyway.
So, the family fortune is what you're really after.
That's right. I wanted the money.
No way! That's a whack! I ain't trying to hear that.
Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
I believe you said you were going to abuse me.
Accuse. I said accuse.
Of what crime, might I ask?
Huh?
Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I'd already left the clinic.
What?
I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat.
Wait, but
What are you talking about?
Trucy?
You had the most to lose if that chart was found.
But I didn't have a pistol now, did I?
Well, you could have taken walkies.
You think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I've heard him say is, "It was me, I shot him."
That's only because he's trying to protect you.
Sorry to intrude on this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly, the Fräulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then... Wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh. You see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe.
He's right. Miss Tiala,
Yes.
it is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day.
All right.
Don't forget.
Okay, I think that's supposed to be Apollo talking? I don't know. I don't know.
Don't forget. We've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime.
Fine.
Fine, we'll tell part of the truth.
Yeah, Maractus Clinic 2. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole the pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
You went back later?
That chart was dangerous. You understand. I needed to get rid of it. That's why I went that day.
But you couldn't get the chart then, could you?
And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place.
Ah, that was you?
Ah, Apollo, that sound. It came from behind this door.
Someone's in there. A break-in. They left through that window. So you were the burglar.
That was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that.
Oh, is this the trial for trespassing now? Besides, You can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh?
They've done that before.
Yup.
All right. So, okay, went to the clinic. Okay. Didn't shoot him. Don't have proof of that.
But you were there too.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it matters.
That's pretty important.
Yeah, it was pretty important. I'm gonna press that.
Yeah.
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes?
So it seems.
Let's review the facts again, shall we?
Oh, diagram time.
Yeah, it really just if the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple.
Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here.
Haha, false.
Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot.
Judge, don't you remember? We went over this yesterday.
No, he doesn't remember. That testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple.
Silly, silly attorney.
What? It's not even a good insult.
Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning?
No, because clearly his short-term memory is garbage.
Yeah, it's because the water here is bad.
Do you remember, Trucy?
I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. Just milk, Trucy?
Just milk, I guess.
Just milk?
Honey.
Babes. Honey, hey. Ew.
They have free breakfast programs at a lot of places. Anyway.
What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken.
But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Then why don't you show us, hair forehead?
Show you what?
Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. So much of this is recap.
Yeah.
If the witness, panties guy, was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim?
But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple?
I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us.
I'm only sweating a little.
If you can, that is.
Walkie-Talkie was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. And of course, Palmeractus was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim?
Someplace else?
Somewhere else.
Woo!
As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location.
What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently, Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
It's time to raise the roof and the stakes. No,
Yeah?
Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying?
Oh, there he goes.
Like so. Wait, did he play an air guitar and increase the penalty bar?
Yeah.
How does he know that's there?
Meta. They never really
What?
explained how like penalties are actually like enacted in the court beyond like this meter thing. But like presumably like you can get a penalty or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Sure.
Double penalty.
Hair Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead.
Doing my little thinky face. Hold on. Challenge accepted. It's just his time.
Nerd.
Just his time.
Nerd. Are you sure? Are you sure, Apollo?
I mean, like, yeah. The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. I mean, like, on the noodle cart. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala.
What do you mean?
Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Okay. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. Okay, yeah, I know. 3D.
Uh-huh. I love this very early CGI.
He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. Okay, and then he looks.
Uh-huh.
And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Cool.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad.
Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand. Order, order, order. So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Yeah, it's a good hiding spot.
Yeah, obviously.
Let's think about this a bit more, shall
I
we?
mean, it's pretty obvious what happened.
You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along.
There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place?
Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby.
Yeah, let's talk about proof.
Show us some evidence that proves someone was in that stand.
Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in that stand? Well, I've got it.
Well, too bad.
Well, too bad. I've got it right here. Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. Okay, well, clearly, there were bulls that were removed and inside of the clinic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Thoughts, Prosecutor Gavin? Oh.
We have a choice between heaven or hell.
Oh, shit. No, I picked the wrong one. Fuck.
Either our brains are damaged or hair foreheads
God
is.
damn it.
I wonder which it is.
This court finds Mr. Justice's brain faulty. By majority vote, there's only one of you.
No, it's you. It's the judge and prosecutor Gavin versus the majority.
Trying to pick something else. All right,
It's the shoes, right?
Yeah, I think it's the slippers.
The sleepers.
All right, fine. Yeah, okay.
And then we'll also be able to prove that it was her because of the toe prints match.
Right. The Maractus Clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene.
And
A single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Ack! Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found in the left slipper. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand.
yeah, Goose is cooked. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith?
Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on your cobblestone path.
Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah?
Why not?
You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground?
That's just dumb.
One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there.
You have a point. Could someone have hidden in that stand?
Apollo, I think I might be onto something.
Huh?
I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room for the room in the stand, some things would have to be.
Oh, yeah, this is the...
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand. And that is the bowl. Got it now. This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldune's Noodles noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic? Mr. Eldune was very clear about those bowls.
Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too.
Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent.
Show me an innocent. I'll show you a fairy tale.
In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus.
More fairy tales. This whole trial is a fairy tale.
Then please, pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand that night? And what was Alita Tiala doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case.
I don't believe that for a second. We're gonna go around this trial in circles forever.
This is the last actual testimony, so that's good.
Okay, great.
All right. Tiala's explanation.
That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kataki family's hands. But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Katakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him.
All right. You knew about the botched operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself.
I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that brat got his health checkup report, and that he was coming to settle the score.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth, or it's over.
Hey, kid, use your bracelet.
You gotta use your bracelet.
All right, so... Yeah, that thing's flashing, so we definitely have to use it.
Yeah.
Understand.
Dr. Maractus.
I gave up and went home. That's probably the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Perceive! I gave up and went home. I think this is... Oh, there it is. Gotcha!
Ah, scratching at the
Scratching at the neck.
the scarf that keeps her head on.
Yeah, definitely not gonna fall off. All I did was talk. And lie.
God, that's the same thing.
Witnesses born after 1995. All they can do is eat hot chip and lie.
What? Show me proof.
I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence and then give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words.
My Twitch? Like twitch.tv/Alita Tiala and the new e-girl on the scene? What are you talking about?
You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf.
What?
This is working better than I hoped. Her unconscious...
People hate being told they're lying.
They sure do. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies. 2 dots. I've connected the dots. And found the truth.
I love that you can connect 2 dots to find the truth, but you need 3 dots to make a line.
Yeah, I love that. I think line
Great,
of logic is a feature that pops up in 5 and 6.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, because you have to like connect all the things and you have to like decide the actual like way that the case happened or whatever.
Mhm.
It's very obvious by that point. Anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth.
It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. Okay.
All right, what's the proof? Lamp?
Lamp.
Bloody lamp?
Bloody lamp with a broken bulb.
What's that?
You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken. And there's a red splotch on the cord. Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state.
Well, spit it out. This talking in circles nonsense is killing me.
Me too.
Yeah.
Very well. The answer is very simple. Miss Alita Tiala, please remove your scarf. My head's gonna fall off if I do that. Eek!
My head will fall.
There we go. And she died. That was the other failed operation.
This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. Yet we seem to have drifted off target.
We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. Like Tokyo Drift.
Thank you.
As soon as listen, I had to. It's for you. I did that for you.
Thanks.
As soon as the witness removes her scarf.
I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party.
A wild claim to be making at this stage in the game.
You can't order.
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No,